Fall, the air turns crisp, leaves change color, a chill creeps in, but something else comes with it: fear. The days grow shorter, shadows grow longer, darkness comes early, it stays longer too. This is the time for scary stories. The wind howls like a ghost. It whispers through the trees. What is it saying? We shiver. We pull our jackets tighter. Fall is here, and so are the scares. The old house stood on a hill, looming over the town like a dark sentinel. Leaves swirled around it, caught in an eternal dance with the wind. They were the color of blood, a deep crimson that seemed to pulse with a life of its own. No one dared to go near. The house had a reputation, whispered about in hushed tones. It was said to be cursed, haunted by restless spirits. One night, 3 friends made a bet. They were young and fearless, or so they thought. They dared each other to enter the house and spend the night. With nervous laughter, they approached the house. The air grew colder as they neared the entrance. They dared to enter the house, hearts pounding in their chests. The front door creaked open, the sound echoing like a mournful wail. It was as if the house itself was warning them to stay away. Inside, cobwebs hung everywhere, like the remnants of forgotten dreams. Dust covered everything, a thick layer of neglect. The air felt heavy, oppressive, as if someone was watching. Footsteps echoed from the floor above, heavy, slow footsteps. The friends froze, their breath caught in their throats. They could feel the presence of someone or something up there. Panic set in. They ran, stumbling over each other in their haste. Out of the house, into the night. They never looked back. The haunted house on Harbinger Lane forever etched in their memories. The forest was ablaze with color, red, orange, yellow, but it was a false beauty. Danger lurked beneath. Every year, hikers vanished. They were never seen again. Some said it was wild animals. Others whispered of something else. One foggy morning, a young woman entered the woods. She was alone. She didn't believe the stories. She wouldn't be gone long. The fog grew thicker. She couldn't see the path. She called out. Only silence answered. She ran. Branches whipped at her face. But she didn't stop. She couldn't stop. Something was behind her. The Willow Creek Library was ancient. Its walls held the whispers of countless stories, and its shelves groaned under the weight of centuries-old tomes. It smelled of old books and dust. The air was thick with the scent of history, a musty aroma that clung to every corner. It was said to be haunted. Tales of ghostly apparitions and mysterious occurrences had been passed down through generations. One evening, a student stayed late. The library was eerily quiet. The only sound, the occasional creak of the wooden floorboards. He was researching a paper. He was alone, or so he thought. He heard a noise, a soft rustling sound. He looked up. No one was there. The silence was almost deafening, but a book lay open on a table, its pages fluttered as if moved by an unseen hand. He went back to his work. The rustling came again. This time it was louder, more insistent. This time he saw it, a shadowy figure in the corner of his eye. A hand, pale and skeletal. It seemed to emerge from the darkness itself. It turned the page of the book. The sound of the paper crinkling was unnervingly loud in the stillness. He slammed his book shut. His heart pounded in his chest, the fear gripping him tightly. He ran from the library. He never returned. The memory of that night haunted him forever. The ghost had chosen its book, and it seemed it had chosen its next victim too. A young boy loved Halloween. Every year, he eagerly awaited the arrival of October 31st, counting down the days with excitement. The crisp autumn air, the rustling leaves, and the spooky decorations filled him with joy. He loved costumes and candy. Dressing up as his favorite characters and collecting sweets from neighbors was the highlight of his year. The thrill of the night was unmatched, but most of all, he loved scaring himself. He would watch scary movies late into the night and read ghost stories under his blanket, his imagination running wild with every creak and shadow. One Halloween night, he looked in the mirror. The room was dimly lit, and eerie decorations cast long shadows on the walls. He expected to see a monster. Instead, he saw himself. But something was wrong. His reflection was smiling, a wide, creepy grin. He wasn't smiling. He touched his mouth. His reflection winked. Panic set in as he realized this was no ordinary reflection. He backed away from the mirror. His legs felt like jelly, and his breath quickened. The room seemed to close in on him. His heart pounded in his chest. Each beat echoed in his ears, louder and louder, drowning out all other sounds. The reflection reached out from the mirror. It beckoned him closer. The boy ran. He didn't dare look back, fearing what he might see. He hid under his covers. The safety of his bed was his only refuge. He trembled, peeking out with wide eyes, hoping the nightmare would end. He didn't look in a mirror again. The fear lingered, a constant reminder of that night. Not for a long, long time. When he finally did, it was with caution, his heart still haunted by the shadowy reflection. Each story has a twist, a moment that makes you jump, a chill down your spine. But here's the real twist. These stories are just stories, right? They're not real. Or are they? Look out your window. See the leaves falling? Hear the wind howling? Look closer. Do you see it? The shadow at the corner of your eye? The flicker of movement in the dark? Maybe it's just your imagination. Or maybe, just maybe, it's real.